Shreveport City Councilman James Flurry is here. Mr. James, welcome back. Thank you, sir, for taking time.
Well, good morning. Thank you.
And let's start here. We are hearing stories that your health is excellent. You're really on the mend. Fill us in. Can you talk about it a little bit?
Well, yeah, I'm excited that I'm in remission, and I'm just, it's taken a little toll on my body, but I'm trying to make a comeback.
Praise the Lord.
That is awesome, sir. Congratulations and thank you. We have staff meetings about once a week, and every now and then people will come up with ideas like me, and I'll stand up and I'll have my idea, and everyone will wince and groan and laugh and or point. When you tossed out the idea at the budget meeting this past weekend, maybe Shreveport could send all our prisoners, new ones, old ones, to Caddo Parish, to CCI, to Sheriff Prater. What was the reaction in the room? What was your sense of how your fellow council people felt about that?
Well, it's not the first time that I brought it up. I brought it up at other budget hearings. It was a little quiet, but they're forgetting that I'm talking. Steve Prater's a very fair-minded person. He will listen to ideas, and if it doesn't work, he'll tell you it just doesn't work. But what I'm saying is the amount of money that we're putting in the budget for the jail, we would send that along out there. We're not asking the sheriff to do this for free, so I don't want anybody to think that we're just trying to shove it off to him, because everybody has a price, and I'm sure Sheriff Prater has a price to do that. But it just makes sense. When you look at East Baton Rouge Parish, they've got one jail. And I'm just trying to think outside the box. How can we be more efficient? If you go the next step and put it up for vote and let the citizens decide on a Metro Council, then the sheriff becomes the chief officer of police and everything. So it's not an outrageous idea. It's just that we need to think of ways that we can make government more efficient, and that's one way of doing it.
Was the idea to convert the current Shreveport City Jail into a juvenile detention facility, was that yours also?
That was mine, and the last time I presented that, some of the friends of mine said, it won't work. But you know what? You can modify anything to make it work. If you just got to look for a way to say yes. You can't just always say no, no, no. You got to figure out how can we get the best use out of that property.
Councilman, let me ask you this on another subject. It looks like Shreveport is going to get to the tune of $14 million in CARES Act money. What's the plan for that? What are you looking like in terms of what the council wants to do with that money?
Well, it's not etched in stone, but here's what I say that I see coming forward that's going to be adopted. We're going to put a large chunk of that into reserves, and then we will probably look at possibility of paying the public safety fees out of that, raises that we're going to pass on Tuesday. That's on Friday. Because we're not Zooming, we're going to go ahead and have a in-house meeting so that we can adopt that and move that forward. They've waited long enough, but we had to get everything right, and the administration had to resubmit their plan as to what the amount's going to be. So I see that, and I'm not sure just what other is going to happen. But it'll be well taken care of and well spent. Okay,
you're waving a red flag at me. You're saying you're going to spend that CARES Act money on police pay raises. That's not recurring revenue. How do you continue to pay that with money that's maybe not coming in anymore after 1 year?
Well, I think, in my personal opinion, the way we were going to fund it before was we were going to take it out of their next year's budget. Out of fire department, 1.4 million was coming out of their equipment budget, and then the police department was going to eliminate those 35 positions that's already funded in next year's budget. And so, what we're going to leave all of that intact. We're not going to raise the citizens' taxes, not one dime, and we're not going to put a public safety fee. We're going to pay it out of that, and I'm saying that sales tax revenue has continued to come up, and I'm just I'm gambling. I understand that, but I believe the sales tax will be sufficient enough going forward that we'll be able to sustain those raises.
Mr. James, just a quick aside, you had said no public safety fee. Is that off the table, or is that just off the table in your mind?
I think that's off the table because I brought that up just trying. Here's what I thought. We had the $2.50 on the recycling fee. We got a 50-cent fee on security on the water bill. If we took $3, the citizens have not, they've been used to paying that. And if we put $3 over on to public safety fee, and that would generate enough to pay the police and fire raises. And that would, going forward, on 66,000 water customers times $3. But that way, we wouldn't be putting an additional cost on the water bill. And this way, we would give the folks in the public safety a raise. It's not exactly what they want, but it's the best we can do right now.
What's the percentage of raise that you anticipate will be given? Is it going to be 4%? Is it going to be closer to 13%?
Well, I don't know for sure, but here's what I think. I think that we're going to have 6%. We're going to give 4%, I believe will pass. Then we're going to have a 2% that's already in next year's budget because of the state law that we always include the police. For the fire department has a law that says we have to give them 2%. So I think it'll be 6%.
Gotcha.
And we're not. And I'm also pushing that we don't. And I don't know that this will be, but this is what I say: we ought to not give anybody above a lieutenant's rank a salary increase. If the captains get anything, it ought to be a small amount. But I believe right now it's probably going to go all the way through the captain rank. The assistant chiefs and the deputy chief and the chief will not get any raise.